Hey there guys, Dexter here, and I'd like to welcome you guys to this lesson. We are talking about linear singles. So what we're going to be talking about here is we're all used to playing right, left, and that's called a single stroke roll, just right, left around the kit. But what we're going to talk about today is doing singles, but between a hand and a foot. So we're going to go right hand on the floor tom, and then a bass drum. So normally we'd play them together, but we're going to split them out today. So hand, foot, foot. And if you just practice that for a while, you'll feel that it just feels really weird to separate them out. And when I'm teaching kind of young children the drums, what I tend to do is I say, okay, I'm going to sprinkle some magical fairy dust. That gives you an idea of what my drum lessons are like. But I'll say I'm going to sprinkle some magical fairy dust, and I'm going to make it so that your right hand and your right foot will be magnetized and will play together. So they'll start, oh, okay, fine. So I'll say, okay, so just don't play the hand and the foot together. You've got to play them separate. So they'll go, okay, hand, foot, hand, foot. I've got that. And I'll say, okay, speed it up. And then what will happen is they'll play at the same time. And they'll go, hand, foot, hand, foot, hand, foot, hand. And then they'll start playing together, and you'll see their faces like, what did you do? Because they're telling their hand and their foot not to play at the same time, but they're kind of separating out and they're not sounding right. And that was a cowbell. Got a cowbell, and these V drums are cool. So you hit the edge and a new sound comes. Awesome. But anyway, hand, foot, and they're like, I told my hand and my foot not to play at the same time, and they did that. And this is all about control. This is what we're building on the drums. It's this control and coordination so that we tell a limb what to do and it actually does what we want it to do. So we're all about building that control, and that comes through slow practice of building hand, foot. But what we're going to do is we're going to do it in a little bit of a fill that you can stick into a groove here. So it's just like we're playing a normal groove, bass and snare and kind of like this. And we're just going to stick at the start of the groove, 1 E and just hand, foot, and then to carry on the groove, I'm going to play a left hand on the snare, and then right hand back to the hi-hat, which will then take us back into a normal groove, which is going to be bass and hat, snare and hat. So we've got hand, foot, left hand, hat, bass, and snare, and... So it's not crazy fast at this point, but as you speed it up, that's when you'll then get that kind of magic fairy dust moment of your hands are playing at the same time, and it's like, why? So, but we're really trying to separate the hand and the foot and get them apart from each other. And again, so it's not that you're going to use this fill a lot, but the whole point of this is that we're trying to start to get our hand and our feet moving together, which is then going to lead us on to some much more complicated linear fills a little bit later on. I'm not explaining what they are just yet, but that's something we're going to look at in the future, and this kind of takes you into it. Speed up. Sounds super cool. So, and this is actually similar to one of the exercises which is on my Advanced Fills 1 course, which is going into linear drumming, and it's all about separating the hands and feet. So if you're interested in getting into this in more detail, I've got a much more in-depth course which goes into this, and is going to then take you into the whole kind of linear drumming thing, which is going to be coming a little bit later. So anyway, so check that out if you're interested. And to finish off, I'm just going to give you a short solo, just demonstrating that in a few places. So here we go. there we go. So it's a couple of the places that we can start to take this linear drumming, where we're kind of getting our hands and our feet kind of talking to each other separately. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. So yeah, if you're interested in that, check out the Advanced Fills 1 course on the channel membership side of my YouTube channel. And you guys take it easy. Please subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you for the next lesson sometime soon.